read them down because I'm going to read them while I'm reading. So I just want to show you guys what this looks like. You came in here, bars in here. I thought I was in trouble. I thought I did something. Sorry, my son scared me. All right, let's go. Introduction. About your personal reading. Hold on. Let me make it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got you. Got you. Okay. Mercy. Mercy. All right, sorry. Brief commercial break. I'm back. Um, yeah, that's my oldest child. Thank you for the roses. Exactly. Y'all, I don't know if y'all seen me stab him. I stabbed him like 3 times. But anyway, it's back to what we're reading. All right, introduction. About your personal reading. This reading was composed for you, Soraya, and is based on your full name at birth, your date of birth, and the name you now use to introduce yourself with. Please check your birth data on the title page to make sure the names and date of birth used are correct. Your personal numerology reading describes all aspects of your chart as they are understood in numerology, accurately and in depth. Each chapter starts with a short introduction telling you where this particular number is found and how it affects you. This is followed by the number itself. Often, you will find a double-digit number followed by a single-digit number. The meaning of your number is then explained in easy-to-read language. Soraya, you don't need to know anything about numerology to be able to enjoy and benefit from this reading. I hope you enjoy your reading. Now we're going to go over the life path number, okay? Also called your destiny number. So if you are looking at the videos on my timeline, those would be the destiny numbers, all right? This is what it means, though. This is what it stands for. Life path. If ever there was a moment of total transformation, it was the moment of your birth. In that instant, you stepped through a door in time into a new reality, the reality of human life. The most important number in your numerology chart is based on the date of your birth, the moment when the curtain goes up in your life. Even at that moment, you were a person with your own unique character, as unique as your DNA. Everything that is you existed in potential, much like a play that is about to begin. Your entire life exists as a potential that has been prepared for. You have ultimate freedom to do with your life as you like. Hold on. Thank you. To fulfill its potential completely, or to make some smaller version of yourself. It all depends upon your effort and commitment. You make the decisions to fulfill, to whatever extent, the potential life that exists within you. That is your choice. In this sense, the possible you is implicate during the moment of your birth. The life path number gives us a broad outline of the opportunities, challenges, and lessons we will encounter in this lifetime. Your life path is the road you are traveling. It reveals the opportunities and challenges you will face in life. Your life path number is the single most important information available in your personality chart. Now, if you look into my bio and on my page, on my profile, it says 19/1. And I know a lot of you are like, what does this mean? Life path 19/1. I'm about to tell you, okay? I'm ready. Your life path is 19/1. Soraya, you are a born leader. You insist on your right to make up your own mind. You demand freedom of thought and action. You have drive and determination. You don't let anything or anyone stand in your way once you are committed to your goal. You assume the responsibility to be the protector and provider for those you love. You demand respect and attention and become irritated or even domineering when important things do not go your way. You need to feel in command of important undertakings and resist supportive roles. You seek the forefront and the limelight. You are exceptionally creative and original and possess a touch of the unusual. Your approach to problems is unique, and you have the courage to wander from the beaten path. You can be impatient with your shortcomings and those of others. You are very concerned with your status and foster the appearance of success and self-satisfaction. The need to appear well off propels you to strive for growth, success, and the finer things in life. You should watch out for selfishness, conceit, and the over-concern with appearance. You must guard against overzealous behavior, anger, and aggressiveness. If these qualities are not brought under control, you could become excessively domineering, vindictive, and even violent. You perform best when you are left to your own devices. Ideally, you should own your own business and be your own boss. Hold fast to your life's dream and work with the determination you possess to realize it. You can be overly stressed by your driven nature. Be careful about the food you eat and maintain an exercise program you enjoy. Competition sports are often a healthy outlet for a person with your drive, particularly sports involving running and swimming. Don't let pride and overconfidence be your masters. Remember, your talents and abilities are a gift from a higher source which should promote gratitude and humility rather than pride and conceit. More often than not, a person with a one life path will achieve much in life as long as the drive, creativity, originality, and pioneering spirit are fully employed. Soraya, your 19 life path contains a karmic debt. The person with the 19 karmic debt will learn independence and the proper use of power. You will be forced to stand up for yourself and often be left to stand alone. Difficulties will be faced and overcome through personal struggle. One of the central lessons for people with the 19 karmic debt is that you stubbornly resist help. Much of your independence is self-imposed. You imply don't want to listen to others or to accept the help or advice of others. The 19 karmic debt can become a self-imposed prison if you do not open up to the reality of interdependence and the mutual need for love. The most important lesson for the 19 karmic debt is while you seek to stand on your own feet, you are still a human being, deeply connected with others and in need of the support, assistance, and human understanding that all people need. Those with the 19 karmic debt will learn the hard way that no man is an island and that we are indeed all bits of the main. Now we're going to go on to the birthday, okay? The day you were born bears great significance in understanding who you are and where your talents lie. The day of birth indicates some special talent you possess. It is a gift to you that will help you along your life's path. Your day of birth is one of your 5 core numbers, the life path, expression, heart's desire, and personality being the other 4. It is the least significant of the 5 numbers, but perhaps the most finite, in that it reveals a specific ability you possess in a marked degree. Your birthday is 17. Soraya, you are highly ambitious and blessed with excellent business and financial instincts. Your approach to business is original, creative, and daring. You are highly independent. You have very sound judgment. You are an excellent manager and organizer. You are gifted with the ability to see the larger picture and, remarkably, how the details come into play. You are efficient and can handle large projects. Your challenge is to avoid becoming obsessed with your own judgment and power to the point that you refuse to delegate authority or responsibility to others. You can easily slip into the role of dictator, benevolent or otherwise, feeling that you and only you have sufficiently sound judgment to guide the ship. You are self-confident and have high expectations of yourself. Interestingly, the expectations of others stimulate you, especially if they doubt you can pull off what you intend to do. Soraya, you tend to be dramatic, especially with money. You have a need for status and may show off the fruits of your labor with an impressive car or house. Whether it is business or socially oriented, you have a big dream. Your ambitions spread out far and wide, and you will not rest until you have placed your mark on the world. You love your home and family and like to be complimented. Avoid becoming domineering or possessive of your enterprise. Share the fruits of your labor with others, which will multiply your pleasure manifold. Thank you for the roses. Now we're going to do the expression number. Your expression number reveals your physical and mental constitution, the orientation or goal of your life. Some numerologists refer to this number as the destiny because it represents a lifelong target at which you are aiming. You work at fulfilling this potential every day of your life. Thus, the expression number reveals your inner goal, the person you aim to be. The expression number reveals the talents, abilities, and shortcomings that were with you when you entered your human body. Your name and the numbers derived from it reveals your development, as well as the talents and issues you will be working with during this life. For those for whom reincarnation is an accepted philosophy, the vibration of your full name can be seen as the totality of your personal evolution, the experiences, talents, and wisdom accumulated over many lifetimes. Every experience, no matter how great or small, along this evolutionary path has influenced your development and brought you to your current state of being. The expression is your being. The life path is the major lesson you are attempting to learn this time around. Time allows the gradual emergence of your personality. By reading the expression number below, you will come to understand your basic nature and the abilities and issues inherent in your being. Your expression is 24/6. Soraya, you are a loving and caring individual with a tendency to put the needs of others before those of yourself. You are responsible and trustworthy with a high regard for justice and honesty. Duty will follow you all of your life and sometimes feel a little too much of a burden. You are artistic. Harmony and beauty are high on your list of priorities. You have musical talent, but the creative talents of a 6 are sometimes left undeveloped or suppressed as a result of your tendency to sacrifice your time and pleasure to the service of others. You are highly creative in all areas of life, particularly the visual. You are also a talented business person and can work methodically toward the realization of your goals. You have a natural gift with flowers, gardens, and animals. Your love of children has caused numerologists to dub you the cosmic mother or cosmic father. The very shape of the six resembles and symbolizes pregnant with love. You are a natural counselor and healer, but you must be careful not to interfere with the freedom of others. You are recognized as an idealist, mainly regarding marriage, friendships, and humanity. The six is the most balanced of all numbers, but also contains within itself the greatest paradoxes. It is as if opposite tendencies were tenuously poised. Because of its gifts for harmonizing these opposites, you are uniquely qualified to handle and integrate contradictions within yourself. It is for this reason that sixes so frequently find themselves in the role of healers or counselors, creating a peace between opposing points of view or eternal internal conflicts within the self. While you can be very idealistic, there may also be a temptation to acquire beautiful objects by improper means. You must also guard against other meddlesome behavior and domestic tyranny, or always having to have your own way in a family dispute. Conversely, you have it within yourself to understand another person's dilemma and come up with a creative solution. Your natural ability to give comfort and warmth can smooth over hurt feelings like a healing balm. You attract love and appreciation, and rightfully so, because you give the same in return. You make an outstanding teacher, especially dealing with young children or in special education, healer, counselor, social worker, psychologist, artist, designer, gardener, florist, and farmer. You can be successful in business, especially those that involve dealing with people. Now, we're about to do the minor expression number, and if you are not interested in yours by now, I'm going to keep going. I am. But it will behoove you to go ahead and get yours too, so you can figure out about you. Okay? Minor expression. The minor expression number is based on the current or short name, the name you now use to introduce yourself, including your last name. The influence of the short name is minor in comparison to your full name. Interestingly, the short name often compensates in some way for numbers and their related characteristics that are missing or out of balance in the full name. For instance, a number missing in the full name may show up prominently in the short name, or a number or numbers that appear in excess in the full name can be compensated for in the short name. If a name change takes place in later in life through marriage or professional reasons, it adds or subtracts certain qualities. It can also focus and intensify existing characteristics or talents that may be latent. Your minor expression is 20/2. Soraya, your shortened name adds sensitivity and awareness of other people's needs and feelings. It makes it easier for you to work with others using tact and diplomacy. Your abilities as a peacemaker and counselor are heightened. Because you are more sensitive now, you should be conscious of making your environment, both home and at work, more harmonious and peaceful. Your short name makes you a good deal more modest. You are now able to remain in the background and direct and influence people more indirectly. The two is often called the power behind the throne. The two possesses increased musical abilities. Heart's desire. Your heart's desire is the inner you. It shows your underlying urge, your true motivation. It reveals the general intention behind many of your actions. Consequently, it dramatically influences the choices you make in life. The heart's desire is seen as part of the larger picture called the core numbers, which includes the life path, expression, day you were born, and personality, but each points to a different aspect of you. The expression number reveals your talents and abilities and your general direction in life. The life path is the central lesson you came into this world to learn. The day you were born is very closely connected to your life path. It reveals specific talents you possess, which will be helpful to you in dealing with your life path. The personality reveals how people tend to see you. It also demonstrates what characteristics you are projecting to the world. The heart's desire demonstrates the identity of the soul that joined the earth, you, the spiritual being. Your heart's desire is 26/8. You want success in its fullest meaning, wealth, power, and material comforts. You have an enormous ambition. You dream of big projects, great undertakings, and rewards. You are a visionary. You see the horizon and the promise. In general, you also see the methods necessary to fulfill that promise, but you are not especially good with details. You need others to help you deal with the smaller parts of the picture. Your challenge is to make full use of the full spectrum of your abilities as indicated by your other core numbers. In the same way, you must bring forth the best from others and orchestrate their talents toward the realization of your vision. In short, you must lead by example, demonstrating the standard for commitment, determination, and excellence. All of this requires effort on your part. You will meet with obstacles and difficulties. Your determination and commitment will be tested, but you have the power to overcome every obstacle you face and accomplish the goals you set for yourself. Soraya, your task in life is to learn to use power in refined and elevated ways. The expression and use of power is directly related to one's personal evolution. The more primitive uses of power rest with violence and the threat of deprivation. The higher expressions depend upon your capacity to care for and nourish the people and projects in your charge, giving each exactly what is needed at the appropriate time and in appropriate amounts. You have a creative mind and an unusual approach to business and problem solving. You need to cultivate your ability to evaluate others. It is essential for you to be involved in a project that challenges you and offers the potential for rewards. When you are uninvolved or unoccupied with a worthwhile task, you can become deeply despondent, depressed, and frustrated. You are the perfect example of the old cliche, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Without a challenge, you can lose balance in life and become selfish, cruel, and even self-destructive. Disappointments become shattering, causing terrible consequences in self-image and self-love. Perspective is everything to you. You have a natural talent for balancing the spiritual and material planes. You need to cultivate courage and stamina. Courage is a choice. You need to decide to be brave in the face of fear. A balanced 8 is among the most powerful and satisfying of numbers. It is the spirit of the true survivor, able to bounce back and achieve a greater victory. Now we're going to do the minor heart's desire, so please go ahead and get your report if you haven't gotten it already. Hold on. I need to pull out this one. Okay. Your minor heart's desire is 17/8. Your minor heart's desire increases your ambition and inner strength. Your ability to deal with business, managerial, and organizational matters is enhanced. You are able to focus on your goals and apply the necessary determination and effort to realize them. Soraya, your shortened name increases your capacity for leadership and personal power. It makes you more conscious of material wealth. You are more willing to work hard to improve your status or financial position. Your shortened name makes you more aware of being a good judge of character, and you are willing to work on this talent. This results in becoming a shrewd judge of others and a better negotiator. Personality. Your personality number is derived from the consonants of your full name at birth. Your personality is like a narrow entrance hall to the great room that is your true nature. It is those aspects that you feel comfortable sharing with people at the outset of a relationship. With time and trust, you invite others into the deeper aspects of your nature. You reveal more of who you really are, in effect, your heart's desire, expression, and so on. Your personality number often serves as a censoring device, both in terms of what you send out as well as what you allow to approach. It discriminates in the kinds of people and information you let enter your heart and mind. For this reason, your personality is usually much more narrow and protective in its definition than the real you. It can screen out some of what you do not want to deal with, people or situations, but it also welcomes those things that immediately relate to your inner nature. Your personality number also indicates how others perceive you. No one can be objective about himself or herself. Even our closest friends and relatives have trouble describing how they see us. Your personality is 25/7. You seem mysterious and different. People see you as serious and studious. You are highly independent and self-sufficient. Your exceptional intelligence and wisdom are quickly noticed. People respect you. You are not one to attract people on the basis of your warmth or compassion, though you may be loaded with both, but because of your obvious insight into life's mysteries. You are hard to get to know. You are often withdrawn. It is common for people to see your focus turn inside yourself in the middle of a conversation. You have the makings of an intellectual and an aristocrat, but you have to guard against arrogance and an attitude of, I've got it all figured out. There have been periods in your life where you had little concern for clothing or fashion, while at other times you are very aware of your clothing and use it to make a specific impression. You appear dignified no matter how you dress, but a well-groomed 7 with a touch of dash definitely has an advantage. Your confidence increases when you know you are well dressed. You appear dignified no matter how you dress. Oh, wait, I just read that. Soraya, you are recognized as spiritual and religious, with your very own ideas regarding the purpose of life and the Creator. You are an inspired speaker, but only when discussing subjects that really interest you. Otherwise, you are not one for chatter. Your love of knowledge and wisdom shows. Now we're about to get to this maturity number. So if you haven't done yours, go to this.com, sevenslifepath.com. Okay? Get yours, okay? Get the full report too. It's 25 pages. I promise you. Thank you, twin. You're going to love it, okay? Your maturity number indicates an underlying wish or desire that gradually surfaces around age 30 to 35. This underlying goal begins to emerge as you gain a better understanding of yourself. With self-knowledge comes a greater awareness of who you are, what your true goals in life are, and what direction you want to set for your life. This, in a nutshell, is the gift of maturity. You no longer waste time and energy on things that are not within your own special identity. No matter what your age is at present, your life is being channeled in a specific direction toward a very specific goal. That goal can be seen as a reward or the fulfillment of a promise that is implicate in your current efforts, often without you knowing it consciously. While the characteristics of this number are usually visible during childhood, we tend to lose sight of these aspects until later in life, but our lives are always being affected by this influence nonetheless. Your maturity number begins to have a more profound impact on your life after the age of 35. The influence of the number increases steadily as you grow older. Your maturity is 7. As you mature, Soraya, you will become increasingly occupied with the larger questions of life, reading, contemplating, and searching for a deeper understanding of who you are and what this life is all about. You may turn to philosophy or religion, but will likely examine a wide array of areas, broadening your knowledge in many disciplines. Your intuition grows stronger, as does your ability to look beneath the surface of every subject you study. You are able to analyze abstract questions and live according to your higher ideals. You may find yourself needing more time alone. Your need for privacy will likely increase. If you already have several sevens in your chart, you will have to guard against becoming withdrawn and alienated. If you have no sevens, you will now have the ability to deepen your understanding of one particular field. You have the opportunity to become grounded in a particular area of study. The LE bridge. The bridge numbers in your chart are the numbers that indicate how you can make the relationship between the individual core numbers in your chart easier and more compatible. Bridge numbers have the potential to close the gap between the life path and expression number, or the heart's desire and personality number. In this chapter, we will explain what you can do to make your talents, strengths, and specific abilities, expression number, more easily available in fitting the needs of your main lessons and expected direction of growth, life path. Your life path expression bridge is 5. Soraya, you need to be more flexible and adaptable. Be willing to go out on a limb. Be adventurous and unconventional. Be tolerant and flexible. Accept changes. Rigid ideas and dogmas may keep you from reaching out and following your dreams. Make freedom a high priority in your life. Your strength lies in using your creative talents in a business-oriented manner. Your weakness is your tendency to suppress your creativity in favor of career and business. This can make you overly cautious and slow to make decisions. The HP bridge. Several bridge numbers can be found in your chart. The bridge number between the life path number and the expression number was described earlier in your reading. The following bridge number relates to your heart's desire number and your personality number. This bridge number, the heart's desire personality bridge, explains how you can make your deeper self, your needs and desires, your true nature, more aligned with the part of your personality others tend to recognize when they meet you. With a little exaggeration, you could say that your personality number is somewhat like your mask. It is the more superficial you, a protective shield and a camouflage of the deeper you. You can easily imagine how much more comfortable and less self-conscious the experience of life becomes when you're deeper and more real you is closer and more fitting to the personality you reveal on a day-to-day basis. Your heart's desire / personality bridge is 1. Soraya, you should rely more on your own strengths and abilities. Be more decisive. Don't beat around the bush and be straightforward when expressing your thoughts and feelings. You need to take charge more often. Get off the beaten path and find original ways of doing things. Do not try to be conventional or try so hard to behave according to the expectations of others. Karmic lessons. Thank you, Mars, for the roses. Numerology is based on the understanding that we enter life with certain strengths and weaknesses. Karmic lessons are areas that we are currently weak in and must be faced and worked on in this life. There can be more than one karmic lesson. These are indicated by the absence of certain numbers in your name. The letters and numbers of your name point to talents and abilities that you possess. These characteristics can be compared to a workshop in which certain tools are available to you. Missing numbers, those that are not represented in the letters in your name, imply tools that are unavailable and must be learned and mastered during this lifetime. You may well recognize your karmic lessons as weaknesses you have learned to overcome in the course of your life. However, the challenges implied in your karmic lessons will continue to come up occasionally the rest of your life. What's up, Mike? You have a karmic lesson 7. Soraya, you need to deepen your knowledge and talents in a specific discipline. You lack the will or determination to perfect yourself or a specific talent you possess. You must learn to be your own critic without self-condemnation in order to bring your abilities to their full development. You will learn not to take things at face value. A superficial understanding of important matters will prevent you from experiencing the satisfaction of your true potential. The effects of this lesson are diminished if you have at least one 7 among your core numbers, life path, birthday, heart's desire, expression, or personality number. Hidden passion. Your hidden passion reveals one or more special strengths and talents that you rely upon and are available to you. The hidden passion represents your specific field of expertise or a concentrated talent. Metaphorically, this talent can be seen as having a power all its own to shape your life. Its existence gives you a strong desire to develop and express that particular ability. Having the talent demands that you express it, and that you experience this part of you, and that you live according to its nature. In this way, the hidden passion shapes your personality and guides your life. Your hidden passion is 1. You have a strong drive to stand out. You have a great ambition and desire to accomplish. You are highly competitive and want to be the best and first in everything you do. You are highly energetic and creative. You are capable of influencing and even dominating others. You have highly developed political skills and can succumb to manipulation unless your ideals are high. Ironically, there are times when you lack confidence, especially at an earlier age, but you have the strength to overcome this obstacle. Soraya, you are a survivor, a warrior, a leader. Many great athletes and politicians have this number as a hidden passion. Your hidden passion is 9. Warm, generous, and compassionate, you will do well and be quite happy and enter any undertaking that not only supplies you with a decent living, but also is for the good of all. Soraya, you are artistic. The 9 is responsible for many of our creative geniuses. However, these talents are often suppressed, sometimes coming to the surface at middle or old age. You have a strong desire for insight and universal knowledge. You are emotional. Your feelings are not always sensible, and they too often are suppressed. You can get caught up in dreams and ideals without being practical, but with enough fire and enthusiasm to attract support. Your oratorial abilities save many a situation. You are driven to do your own thing and are quite independent. Where's my water bottle? Hold on one second. I love to read. I read for fun. All right, planes of expression. Each of us experience life on 4 different levels with our physical body, our mental faculty, our emotional makeup, and our intuition. Each of these areas has a specific means of perceiving information. The physical body is capable of touch, taste, pleasure, and pain. It provides us with a sense of the physical world. The mental body, like the emotional and intuitive natures, perceive the invisible worlds. Our minds deal with the world of thought. The heart, of course, is preoccupied exclusively with the world of emotion. Our feelings teach us many things about ourselves and about others. Finally, we have the capacity for direct contact with the higher realms by way of intuition. Intuitive insight for direct contact with the higher realms by way of intuition. Intuitive insight comes in. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Intuitive insight comes in a flash. It is not rational. That is the world of the mental plane, but comes as if it were placed at the doorsteps of our mind. Intuition, therefore, bypasses all effort. These 4 faculties exist in all of us, but each of us depends more on 1 or 2 of them for the bulk of our knowledge. Some of us are possessed by our senses, while others live almost exclusively in our hearts, our minds. Numerology indicates how we as individuals function on each plane. The letters of the alphabet are divided in 4 categories: physical, mental, emotional, and intuitive. The proportions of each category in your name gives a good indication of which planes of expression are strongest in you and which ones are weaker. These planes of expression can greatly help you to understand your talents and abilities. Your plane of expression physical is 9. Soraya, you have a strong presence. You are charismatic and have a dramatic flair to your personality, which may direct you to the theater. You are also drawn to politics, publishing, promotion, and public service. Any career that requires a certain amount of time before the public. You are attracted to doing things on a larger scale. You are a humanitarian. You are concerned about the well-being of society. You have a great deal of compassion, tolerance, and generosity. You are highly idealistic and a bit of a dreamer. You are not particularly practical, however. Very often, you are not understood by others and sometimes considered indifferent and aloof. In some way, you want to please everyone and tend to give promises that you may be impossible to keep. If you develop your abilities, you have a significant chance to become famous. Your plane of expression mental is 7. Soraya, you have a studious and scholarly mind. You may have a genius for one particular field of study. You study a subject in depth and abhor a superficial understanding of anything you regard as important. You analyze things down to the infinitesimal particles. You want to know the inner workings of things, what makes them tick. You may be too occupied with your thoughts and have a tendency to withdraw, especially when you are emotionally troubled. You can be extremely critical of yourself and others. You analyze personalities with an eye toward finding out their secrets and faults. Your mind can look too much on the dark side of things, as if that were the more fundamental part of a human. Your challenge is to use your fine mind constructively and to attain faith. You have excellent intuition, which serves you well in life. Your plane of expression emotional is 18/9. You love the many and want to dedicate yourself to the service of those less fortunate than yourself. You are willing to make great sacrifices for a worthy cause, and in fact draw enormous satisfaction from knowing that your life has made a positive difference to others. Conversely, you have difficulty in one-to-one relationships, especially relationships with the opposite sex. You are viewed as impersonal and sometimes a bit aloof. You can also be hard to get to know. You are a person possessed by your dream and have trouble with relationships that are not an integral part of that dream. You appear to others as self-sufficient, which can make close relationships a little more difficult since people want to be needed. You have enormous artistic talent, especially in a variety of arts, such as interior design, photography, acting, and writing. Soraya, you have great compassion and idealism. In fact, you are so idealistic that you could be a bit impractical and lose touch with the ground. You need a practical, down-to-earth cause to be most effective. Plane of expression intuitive is 8. You have a powerful intuition and much psychic ability. Your intuitive powers lead you to business and organizational matters. Soraya, you can assess people quickly and accurately. You are an outstanding judge of character. Balance. People experience different internal responses to life's challenges. Some withdraw from difficult situations to think them through. Others withdraw from their emotions to try and keep themselves from feeling anything. Some explode with emotions but allow the explosion to pass quickly. Others linger with their feelings, holding on to them well past the time they should have let them go. Very often, these are conditioned or emotional responses that emerge without thought or analysis. Maturity and self-development help us to learn new and more effective methods of handling our world and the problems we confront. Your balance number provides you with the guidance on how best to deal with difficult or threatening situations. Your balance is 8. Use your considerable power in a balanced way. You may use power in a manipulative way rather than confront people on principle. Use your power in a higher way, namely by accepting personal responsibility for the issue and its solution. Soraya, you have enormous creativity and the leadership to find an answer to almost any problem. Try not to force your own solutions upon groups, but include their concerns and ideas in the larger solution that you can bring about. Learn to use power for the good of all. Rational thought. Your rational thought number reveals what can probably be best described as the way you think. Are you a practical, methodical thinker or a dreamer? Do you frequently allow your imagination to color your perception? Are you unconventional and original in the face of a practical problem, or do you stick to prudent methods? This is the kind of information revealed through your rational thought number. Your rational thought number is 19/1. Soraya, you are an independent thinker, original, and not easily influenced by others. You tend to pursue a line of thought stubbornly, and you can become dominating in intellectual discussions. You tend to solve problems and plan projects with a straightforward approach. You rarely allow yourself to be distracted. Quite often you realize at some later stage that you did not pay enough attention to the available alternatives, and a project may find itself stuck with no chance of further advancement. When you find yourself facing such a situation, your frustration tends to be considerable, but of short duration. You simply start all over. You do not give up easily. Cornerstone. The first letter of your first name gives an additional indication to your character, particularly as to the manner in which you approach opportunities and obstacles. The first letter is called your cornerstone. Your cornerstone is S. Soraya, you are charming and charismatic. You are a warm and devoted person. You are very emotional, the result perhaps of a sad childhood. You are intense and may react in an extreme manner. Don't be too impulsive. Take your time before making a decision and carefully sort out your emotions. You are passionate and loving and will experience many emotional ups and downs. Subconscious self. Your subconscious self reveals how you react to demanding situations. It indicates your ability to get the most out of your talents and opportunities, especially when you face new or challenging circumstances. The subconscious self also reveals the areas of our character that need to be strengthened. Your subconscious self is 8. You handle unexpected situations in an efficient manner and often manage to get the best out of it. You learn quickly and usually do not repeat the same mistakes. You want to be rewarded for your efforts and relate your success to the material aspects. You are dependable and solid in almost any kind of situation. You do not panic or scare easily. You have a business-like attitude to problems and realize quickly what needs to be done. You have a good understanding of money and matter. You are a survivor. You show leadership and organization and are physically courageous and competent. Th- Thank you for the roses. Challenges, okay? Each of us is born with both strengths and weaknesses. Numerology looks at life as if it were an educational process that is meant to bring out and enhance our talents and turn our weaknesses into strengths. This serves to complete our being. The job of becoming whole is one in which we must face our weaknesses and consciously work to improve ourselves. There are 4 challenges to be faced during our lives. For many of us, the same challenge is repeated, while others have 4 distinctively different lessons to learn. The challenges on your life's path provide specific lessons that you must attend to, and in order to inspire and help you, life will place you in situations that require the specific characteristics of your challenge numbers. The 4 challenges you are required to overcome during the course of this lifetime will influence you during different periods of your life, except for the third or main challenge, which lasts from birth until death. The challenges are fluid periods of your life, not confined to specific years, so much as general periods. All of your challenges are present at birth, like actors standing in the wings. Your first challenge is 4. The duration of the first challenge usually lasts from birth until approximately the age of 30 to 35. You tend to be disorderly and disorganized. You are impractical and tend to fantasize about projects or possibilities that have little value or future. You must learn to discriminate between iron balloons and those that will fly. You have difficulty finishing projects because your vision becomes chaotic and loses track of the path ahead. You have to learn to be aware of the details. Keep your environment clean and orderly. Be efficient. You have the ability to be practical and organized, but you must learn their value. This will cause you to incorporate them into your daily life and give you the basis for success. This is a challenge of building a lasting foundation for your life. Soraya, you will need perseverance and repeated effort. Get-rich-quick schemes will likely backfire. Persistent effort is the key to your future happiness. Your second challenge is 1. The second challenge usually lasts until the age of about 35 to 40. You must learn to be independent. You will be forced to stand up for yourself and your rights. You will be faced with situations in which you will have to choose between standing up for what you think is right versus giving in to another person's demands. You will have to struggle to strengthen and know your own willpower. You will have to learn to be firm and trust your judgment. Don't run with the crowd. Be an individual. This whole lesson represents the frontiers of your consciousness. Therefore, you will have to experience much trial and error, sometimes exploding with bursts of aggression, other times being intimidating and letting frustration and anger build within you until you are ready to act to act on your deepest instincts. Soraya, you will learn your own set of values. You will develop into an individual with original and innovative ideas. If you have ones in your core number or in your hidden passion, this challenge will not be as difficult to learn or as strongly felt. Your third challenge is 3. This challenge carries much weight and will be felt throughout your life. For that reason, it is also called the main challenge. As you master this challenge, your life will come more and more under your own control. You will incorporate the positive aspects of this challenge into your character. That is its purpose in the first place. Therefore, there is implicate in this challenge a chance for great reward. In short, this may be the secret to your success. You are your own worst critic. You suppress your individuality and creativity. Each time you want to make an impression, you doubt yourself beforehand and criticize yourself ruthlessly afterward. Your criticism of yourself is far more severe than anyone else's. As a result, you tend to play it safe by staying on the surface, indulging in superficialities. You rarely express what goes on deep inside of you. Instead, you cover up your feelings with humor or perfunctory remarks. You often feel alone and lonely. Soraya, your fear of social interaction causes you to strain conversation by making too many jokes or forced joviality. It may help you to find a creative outlet for your imagination, possibly through writing, painting, singing, or dance. At the bottom of the challenge is an effort to bring out your true self. You will learn to truly value your own creative talents above anyone else's judgments. This must be viewed as a process of individuation in which you become a whole human being, independent and free of the need to conform to others. Your fourth challenge is 3. The fourth challenge is most strongly felt during the latter part of our lives, beginning at the age of approximately 45. This challenge is the same as your third challenge, described above. All right, guys, we at the Pinnacles. Hopefully you are already ordered your report and it's on the way. Wait a second. If you want yours, go to this seventhlifepath.com. This is for, especially if you have an Android. If you have an iPhone, remember the app from yesterday, numerology and astrology, it's all on there on the numerology side. So please y'all get your information. We almost done. Okay, are ready? The Pinnacles. The Pinnacles are 4 long-term cycles or periods on our life path. Each pinnacle represents a particular lesson we are working on. The first pinnacle usually lasts from birth to between the ages of 30 and 35. Your specific pinnacle periods are provided below. The middle 2 pinnacles each last 9 years. The last pinnacle will stay with you for the remainder of your life. The pinnacles are very important. The transition from one pinnacle to the next is always strongly felt. Your pinnacles reveal the general conditions and events you will experience during the period. The pinnacle describes the atmosphere or the essential challenge you will be faced with. You can prepare yourself for the times ahead by knowing your approaching pinnacle number. The transition from one pinnacle to the next is usually prepared for approximately 2 years in advance. The latter part of that 2-year period is particularly strong. You will likely make some life-altering decisions, marriage, job, or career change, or any number of major changes to your character. Perhaps the most strongly felt change, internally as well as externally, is the transition from the first to the second pinnacle. This change usually takes place in your late 20s or early 30s. The exact date depends on your life path number and is provided below. You begin to feel the impact of this coming change approximately 2 years prior. This is usually a difficult transition, but once crossed usually provides a clear sense of direction in one's life. It also gives you a much firmer sense of your identity. It is the gateway to maturity. Your first pinnacle from birth until age 35 is 3. This is a highly creative period. Soraya, your self-expression is greatly enhanced. Your creative and artistic talents will peak. You should do everything possible to refine these abilities and make the most of them. Many under the 3 pinnacle are drawn to writing, the theater, singing, and dance. Your chances of success are also heightened. Hard work in any artistic field that one has a talent for can result in much reward. This is also a highly social and emotional time. You attract friends and admirers with your charm and gregarious nature. You have the ability to inspire and motivate people. Your upbeat energy causes people to want to work with and for you. This is a lucky period as well. You can overcome problems with considerably less effort than in the past. All of this can lead to self-indulgence and lack of productivity. Life is a little easier, which can make you less vigilant. You need to focus and discipline. Under the influence of this pinnacle, hard work is the key and the challenge to making the most of your opportunities. Be careful of impulsive behavior or doing things on a lark. You must know your limits during this period. Be careful with your money. Balance your accounts. Guard against disorderly thinking and behavior. Otherwise, you may do things you regret or simply squander away so many opportunities. Children born under this pinnacle must be disciplined and kept from being spoiled. An early education in the arts will inspire the child to make the most of his or her artistic talents. Your second pinnacle, from age 36 until age 44, is 6. Under this pinnacle, you will be very involved with family, friends, and your community. Soraya, you will face an increase in responsibilities and duties, but you have a greatly enhanced sense of balance and perspective that allows you to handle emotional issues well. Your family demands much of your attention. Matters involving spouse and children require much security, love, and sacrifice. You are the centerpiece of your family, the one people come to for solace and understanding. You may feel an increased burden as you carry the cares of many. You will experience a deep sense of being needed. This pinnacle is full of love, closeness, and warmth, but you must rise to the challenges that close relationships bring. You must settle and bring harmony to personal conflicts between others. You are often the only one with perspective in a conflict. It is as if you are the keeper of justice, bringing understanding and compromise to situations that are polarized. Under the influence of this pinnacle, especially at its outset, people are often married or start families. Children are born, in-laws come into your life. You are the nucleus of your little world. You must maintain your dignity. This is a period that makes it easier to sacrifice, but you can overdo it, becoming a doormat for others to step on simply to maintain a degree of peace. Know your limits and maintain healthy relationships. It's open. This is a fine period for growth in business and financial matters. You attract people with resources who can help you further your personal goals. Moreover, you are balanced in your approach to business affairs. This can bring many rewards. Soraya, your heightened sense of harmony and your genuine compassion makes you an excellent counselor and healer, especially if you already have native talent in any of these areas. Personal health matters can also surface, causing you to reflect on diet, exercise, and other health habits. Your desire to help others is also increased. But this can lead you to poke yourself into situations where you do not belong or delve too deeply in other people's personal affairs. Be careful not to meddle or interfere. The sixth pinnacle is a time of progress and growth as a full human being. You are capable of developing yourself in many different directions as a loving mate and parent, a sound business person, and as a pillar of your community. The time requires the balance you possess, since you can easily stretch yourself in too many directions and ultimately feel burned out by the demands in your militia. Your third pinnacle, from age 45 until age 53, is 9. Soraya, this is a period in which you must identify with some larger project or goal that is bigger than you. Your greatest satisfaction will be in providing for others as well as for yourself. Those in business will draw much personal gratification in knowing that they are helping their employees support their families. Those involved in social activism, a particularly appealing choice of careers during the Nine Pinnacle, will feel themselves strengthened by the knowledge that they are advancing the safety and well-being of society. Boo! What just happened? The Nine Pentacles is a time in which you apply your energies to the good of the larger community. As a result, there is an element of self-sacrifice present. To some degree, you must subordinate your personal priorities to those of a larger cause. We are not suggesting martyrdom, but making a conscious effort on your part to strike a balance between the good of your militia and your own personal desires. This is a good time for financial growth and progress in business affairs. It is a period in which you face a large challenge and must give yourself entirely to it. The Nine Pinnacle also promises much reward in drama, writing, and art. You have a heightened aesthetic sense, and any latent artistic talent you already possess will be enhanced and brought to the surface. If you have been in business, you may suddenly be drawn to the arts as a benefactor or patron, supplying support for theater productions or artists. You will feel an increased sense of social responsibility and compassion for the many. You will want to help those less fortunate than yourself and will be likely apply yourself to some social cause or philanthropy. This is a period in which you feel a greater love for the good of your community, country, and the world. Interestingly, you are not restricted by prejudice or boundaries of class or country. You see humanity as a whole. Your love is not personal, however, but for the many. Many under the Nine Pinnacle are drawn to religion or philosophy and have the capacity to spread some doctrine or teaching. In short, you are highly idealistic. Soraya, you will likely travel extensively during this period and meet people from many walks of life. No matter what your area of expertise, you have a chance not only for success, but for fame. Your fourth pinnacle from age 54 is 11. This is a challenging period in which you are at a high point of sensitivity and intuition. There is so much going on in your psyche that you can suffer much confusion over direction and identity. On the other hand, there is a wide open channel between the personal consciousness and the higher realms of the unconscious. Soraya, you are constantly being inspired and even assaulted by information and insight. Because of the intensity of these revelations, you must learn to ground your life in a faith and a practical vocation that keeps your feet on the ground every day. This is a period of enormous spiritual and personal growth. You will come out of it with a highly uncommon clarity and understanding of life. At the same time, it is a period of enormous demands, emotionally and spiritually. Any attachment you might have to specific identity traits, who you think you are and why you are here, for example, is constantly challenged. There is a desire to settle into some field or way of life to attain stability, but the energy of this pinnacle is not allowing it. It is as if there is a destination or destiny to which you are being driven. You do not feel in control of this process. Instead, you are acutely aware of the forces that are shaping your life. You must surrender to them. Meanwhile, you experience the emotional turmoil that can come with this highly charged period. There is a definite, even compelling sense of being different. You are aware of a feeling of receiving special attention from spiritual forces. Your perception of life is somehow more acute than others. You see more clearly and more spiritually due to your high degree of sensitivity. It is as if you have a perfectly accurate peripheral vision in which everything stands out in sharp relief. At times, you may feel that you can see into the soul of things. At the same time, you may feel like a foreigner to the earth. You are completely impractical. Sometimes you feel like a foreigner to the earth. Oh, I already read that. Sometimes you may feel that you do not understand the workings of the physical world. Practical things escape you. You feel awkward and clumsy at times and are aware perhaps how fluidly other lives are going. This increases your sense of being an outsider. Soraya, more important than all the awkwardness and feelings of being different is the overwhelming sense of having a purpose or a message to reveal that will make other people's lives happier, healthier, and more at peace. You want desperately to bring this out. The challenge of the 11 Pinnacle is to remain grounded and attached to this dream. You must find practical and useful ways to be of service to others, and at the same time developing yourself so that one day you may be able to bring forth that which is within you. The influences of this period make you highly creative, innovative, and inventive. You have a completely unconventional approach to problems. Trust your intuition, seek harmonious settings to restore your sense of inner peace, and work hard to keep your feet on the ground. This period will bring great rewards on all levels, and with perseverance, you will find your rightful place. Cycles. Y'all, we almost done, so I really hope you already got yours by now, because we at the end, y'all. We almost there. Cycles. Like most stories, there are three great divisions of our lives. The first, our opening period, finds us groping to find our true nature. At the same time, we are trying to cope with the powerful forces that are present in our environment, our parents, and the social economic conditions of our family, for example. The second cycle, or middle period of our lives, brings about the slow emergence of our individual and creative talents. The initial part of this cycle, the early and mid-30s, represents a struggle to find our place in the world, while the late 30s, 40s, and early 50s sees us with a greater degree of self-mastery and influence over the environment. The third, our final cycle, can represent a flowering of our inner being, such that our true nature has finally come to fruition. It is during this period that one has the greatest degree of self-expression and power. Your first cycle from birth until age 35 is 4, a time of hard work and all the rewards it can bring. This is a period in which you are concerned chiefly with the practical things of life, work and career, sound family, and a solid community. Soraya, you are not given to flights of fantasy or idealism, but want to place your life on sound financial footing. You can be overly concerned with details and thus can find yourself in ruts that will have to be broken free of. Find work you love and do it to your heart's content, but do not neglect the rest of your humanity or that of others close to you. This is a time requiring discipline, order, and self-motivation. Work is the order of the day. But through these characteristics, you will be seen as the foundation of your family, job, and even community. Your second cycle, from age 36 until 62, is 8. You are under an extremely benevolent period for work, career, and financial reward. The key is hard work and the willingness to again dedicate yourself after setbacks or difficulties. Soraya, you will have greatly enhanced abilities as a manager, organizer, and financial planner. You have a gift for seeing the broad picture and carrying out bold plans. You gained financial freedom during this period. Business and career activities go well, but require much attention and commitment. You are being pushed to take control of your career or enterprise and bring it to new heights. It is a time when power falls to you, but must be used wisely and with purpose. Your third and last cycle from age 63 is 7, a time to specialize, a time to think deeply and contemplate the deeper questions of life. Study a subject you enjoy in depth. Soraya, you are attracted to the fields of science, technology, philosophy, and metaphysics. Become an expert in a specific area. You have excellent intuition and a mind that can penetrate beneath the surface of any subject you commit to. Focus your energies and thoughts. This is a period of inner development. Meditation, contemplation, and self-reflection are means of inner enrichment. Develop wisdom. Relationships may seem burdensome at times because of the desire to spend time alone. There is some resistance to sharing your deeper feelings with others. The inner life is so compelling that you will want to immerse yourself in it. Share the knowledge you accumulate by teaching, counseling, or simply talking to others. Introduction to personal years. Your personal year number is a strong indication of the trends and circumstances you will experience during the year ahead. Your personal year cycles are based on the universal year cycles and therefore run concurrent with the calendar year. There are 9 personal year numbers that make up a complete epicycle. Each epicycle reveals the progression or evolution of a specific part of your growth. Soraya, your progress along this epicycle can be seen very logically from the infancy or beginning of a growth period in your life to the conclusion or culmination of that process. The 1 personal year indicates your first set steps in a new direction. The years that follow indicate your progress along this path, concluding with your 9 personal year, which completes the cycle. The personal years from the beginning steps that mark your progress through life. Below is the description of your personal year numbers indicating where you are on the 9th epicycle in 2022 and 2023, which is right here. So if you get yours, it will have 2025 and 2026, okay? So I really don't have anything else. Hopefully some of that resonated with you, like I said, so that you can get yours, because you just heard all of mine. All right. So if that does not persuade and push you, I really, I don't know. Like, I can read these books. I really can. But something has to click for you to want it for yourself. So hopefully that pushes you towards getting your own. So, and that's the end. Hold on, let me take this off.